8 laps of distance for the Smell Pontiac GMC Open Wheel Modifieds. Let's give you the lineup. Al Civic in the 94.7. It's good to see him back out in his 94.9 regular ride. Outside of him, the number 5 of Jim Nicola. Paul Urso in the 37. Runs the late models on a regular basis. Back out in the modified. Was a top-notch modified driver in years past. And the green's out, we're up to speed. Bruce Hamilton in the 29, Matt Smith, Matt Panay, John Probanik, and Jim Webb bring out the field. And on the get-go, Jim Nicola jumping into a strong lead. Everybody bottled up behind Al Civic. Civic now into the second spot. Paul Urso in the 37, working the low side of Civic down the front straightaway. Into turn 1, Urso up to second. Not quite yet all the way, but there he goes. Matt Smith coming along with him down on the low side. John Probanik, man, a guy that's really improved over the season. Probanik in the 11 trying to work over Matt Panay in the 32. Again looking low on Matt Panay. They're gonna go, they thought better of it, looking like they were going 3 wide. Civic problems on the 94 car, backing up through the field. He drops in behind Bruce Hamilton's number 29 machine. Paul Urso in the 37 meanwhile is closing a gap on Jim Nicola, your leader. This time by, it's going to be halfway, cross flags, 4 down, 4 remain. John Probanik on the charge in the number 11. Coming up through the field, running 4th now. Matt Panay back to 5th. Bruce Hamilton, Al Civic, Jim Webb. Up front, Paul Urso closing a gap on your leader, Jim Nicola. Urso back in the modifieds for the first time. A late model competitor this year in the modified tonight in the 37. Doing a great job running second, closing on your leader, Jim Nicola. Time running out. Urso looking low. The 2 to go signal given. Jim Nicola out of 4, receiving the white flag. One more time around, Paul Urso right on the back bumper of Nicola. Nicola moving up in the high line. Urso looking low. Urso's got that low line eyed up, but Nicola hanging on to the top spot out of turn 4. It may be a drag race to the stripe. And it is, and it's Jim Nicola picking up the heat race win. So Jim Nicola grabs the win by about a half a car length over Paul Urso in the 37. Matt Smith in the 3, John Probanik in the 11. Bruce Hamilton in the 20. Thrill Show big 30-lapper for the Open Wheel Modifieds. Dedicated to serving your automotive needs. For customer service means making your car buying experience as easy and enjoyable as possible. Sales department has one purpose: to exceed your expectations from test drive to delivery. They've got a great parts department. The finance department will do everything they can to get you financed. It's a Smell way or no way. Smell Pontiac GMC, Route 30 in Greensburg. Out of 4, Chris Dodd bringing them to the stripe. The green's out, we're up to speed. And here comes Gary Scott looking low. Scott down low, but not able to move into the position. Up high, it's Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Your winner last week. Into the lead. Gary Scott in the 16 with American flag flying down low on Chris Dodd. Down the front straightaway, side by side. Dodd up high. Scott now into the position. George P. Nicola in the 97 looking to come along with him. Nicola down low. Into 3, side by side. George P. going to bring along Mike Bacalon. Dodd's working the high side. Not the preferred line, but maybe not able to get the car down where he wants it to be. Of course, he's got Mike Bacalon down there, so he can't do it. Kostelnik, your leader. Gary Scott trying to close in. George P. Nicola in the 97. Mike Bacalon 98. Chris Dodds 47. Bo Glemba 99. Rich Nicola 35. And the 9 of Rick Huffman at the cross flag signals. 4 down, 4 remain. And the second of 2 heat races for the Smale Pontiac GMC open wheel modifieds. Signal given by starter Kurtis Lichtenfeld. White flag one more time around for Adam Kostelnik. Gary Scott closing. Scott looked a little high, or maybe washed high, maybe a little too hot into the turn. What momentum he gained, he may have lost. Closes in the turns, but Kostelnik a little too strong down low across the stripe. Adam Kostelnik going to pick up the win. Gary Scott, George P. Nicola, Mike Bacalon, and Chris Dodd round out the top 5. Bo Glemba in the 99, Rich Nicola in the 35, and Rick Huffman round out the field. So that completes heat races 4. The Pro Trucks on the Speedway, Falcone Chrysler Pro Trucks. Chris Kossel in the 50. 8 laps the distance. Marion Reno in the 8 on the high side. Everybody stacked up. Danny Lewis, Greg Kelly, Dave Brunell, Jim Bryce, Brandon Manns, Dave Marrow, Chantel Germack, Steve Black. Everybody duking it out. Chris Kossel into the top spot in the 50 truck. Marion Reno trying to hang on to second. Danny Lewis third. Greg Kelly fourth. Dave Brunell fifth in the 0 truck. Trying to hold off the 98 of Greg Kelly. Kelly into the position, cross flags, 4 down. 4 laps remain. Chris Kossel really stretching the lead. Marion Reno trying to hang on for dear life the second spot. Greg Kelly working the high side. Kelly down the back straightaway looking. Reno still hanging on to that second spot and the bottom lane. Greg Kelly again out of turn 4. Going to try the high side. Reno a little sideways. Hangs on to it. Danny Lewis in a 0-2 truck. Throwing himself into the mix. Now Kelly into the second spot. Going to try and track down the leader, Chris Kossel. Time quickly running out. Kossel into 4, out of turn 4. Going to pick up the white flag one more time around. The checkered flag, Chris Kossel picking up the win. PS 5266. Move your vehicle immediately. Tommy Beck in the 91, the 5 of Sean Pilla, John Komarinsky in the 33, Neil Brown in the 98. Ben Miley, Mark Poole going to lead the field to the green flag. Curtis Lichtenfeld gives them the green out of 4. They're down the front straightaway into 1. Mark Poole on the high side, got it hooked up and going. Poole into the lead, down the back straightaway into 3. Bringing along Tommy Beck on the high side. Gary Wiltrout also looking upstairs. Ben Miley trying to hold on to that 3rd spot down low. Looks like the guys got him wound up upstairs. Ben's got to be scratching his head saying, man, I thought the fast way around was down below. Mark Poole, a strong run, leading this heat race. 10 laps the distance for the late models. Sean Pilla looking as well as John Komarinsky to get around the 99 of Ben Miley. Throw in Neil Brown. They're all gathered up going into 4. Hang on. Pilla gets by. Neil Brown getting by. John Komarinsky trying to get by. And up front, a battle for the lead. Tommy Beck down low on Mark Poole. Beck's got the orange machine all wound up down the front straightaway into the lead. Tommy Beck, your new leader. The car's bottoming out in the turns. Sparks flying. Tommy Beck, your new leader, dropping Mark Poole back to 2nd. Gary Wiltrout up to 3rd. Cross flags halfway, 5 down, 5 remain. So Tommy Beck with about a 5-car length advantage over Mark Poole. Poole with Gary Wiltrout. Wiltrout looking high, just sitting back slightly, looking high and looking low, waiting for the opportunity. Poole, though, not giving it to him. Signal given to your leader, Tommy Beck, with a strong performance. Gary Wiltrout looking again down low on Mark Poole. Poole able to maintain that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Tommy Beck out of turn 4, got it going, and he's going to the white flag one more time around. Tommy Beck's night, the driver of the number 91 Lint flooring machine, out of turn 4, going to pick up the checkered flag. In the first of 2 heat races for the late models. 2nd place going to Mark Poole in the 96, Gary Wiltrout 3rd. Neil Brown, their Dodges and Jeeps. For your next vehicle purchase, they go the extra mile to earn your business. No matter how you shop, it's important for them to treat you like a guest and exceed your expectations. Messenger, Larry Bahana, and Bobby Henry going to bring the field around to Curtis Lichtenfeld's green flag. Curtis not waving to the fans in turn 4. He's out of 4. Green's out. And as you might expect, Rick Miller on the jump gets into the lead. Richard Mitchell up to 2nd. Then it's a battle for 3rd. Messenger, Urso, Bobby Henry right there as well. John Messenger up to 3rd, Henry to 4th, Urso back to 5th. car stretching the lead over Richard Mitchell in the 68. Bobby Henry in the 11, John Messenger, Paul Urso, Larry Bahana, and Brandon Mans in the Rick Miller backup car. This time by, cross flags, 5 down, 5 remain. Rick Miller with a very comfortable lead over Richard Mitchell and Bobby Henry. Two to go signal. 8 down, 2 remain in this 10-lap heat race. White flag out for leader Rick Miller. As he has set sail on the field, really no battles going on. So it's a cruise to the stripe for Rick Miller, your leader. Out of turn 4, picking up the checkered flag. Miller going to pick up the heat race win. Richard Mitchell second. Bobby Henry third. John Messenger, Paul Urso. Round out the top 5, Larry Bahana and Brandon Mans. 22. 64, Bill Henry. Another Nicola, Rich Nicola in the 34. Lonnie Hoffman, 73. Rich Burbage, 77. Sean Rick in the 44. Subway Street Stocks, their heat race going 8 laps. Glad to have everybody here with us tonight. Glad to have the starter on the flag stand because he's waving the green flag. They're up to speed. Todd Knight into the lead. Robin Rimmel and Jason Holder duking it out for that second spot. Rimmel down low, Holder up high. Holder a winner about 3-4 weeks ago. His first win here at Motordrome. Holder now inching ahead by a half car length, but Rimmel right back at him as they head into the turn. Todd Knight likes what he sees behind him because he's starting to stretch slightly. Oh, Bill Henry, hang on to it, and he does. Wow, we talked about dirt track racing earlier and asphalt racing. That was what you call a dirt track broadslide by Bill Henry. Open up the door, though. Rich Burbage now moving into the 4th spot. The battle for second continues. Robin Rimmel down low. Jason Holder up high. Still side by side, Todd Knight. But about a 3 or 4 car length advantage. Robin Rimmel gains the advantage right now over Holder as they head into the turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, cross flags halfway. 4 down, 4 remain. Oh, hang on, we got pieces and parts everywhere. In turn 2, that's going to bring out the yellow flag. A lot of bumps, and you get a free Subway meatball sandwich. Todd Knight bringing him around to the green. Out of turn 4. Back up the speed. Oh, Rich Burbage. Aerodynamics means nothing. He's trying to work his way back up through the field in the 77. Bill Henry on his bumper trying to do the same. Todd Knight now with a mirror full of Robin Rimmel. tires squealing. Bill Henry looking low on Rich Burbage. Burbage was a little sideways in the turn. Robin Rimmel now right on the back bumper of Todd Knight. Rimmel looking down low out of turn 4. 2 to go, signal given. Here we go for the 2-lap shootout. Rimmel down low, Knight up high. Knight able to stretch it slightly. Robin Rimmel drops back, gonna try one last charge on your leader, Todd Knight. Out of 4, Knight sliding high, the white flag. Something maybe on the speedway, drivers kind of sliding through the turn. Robin Rimmel on the 22 looking again, going in down the back straightaway. Rimmel down low, Knight up high. Knight slid high out of 4 earlier. Let's see what happens. Rimmel down low, out of turn 4, the drag race to the stripe. It's gonna be Robin Rimmel on the 22 doing it on the last lap, picking up the win. Wow. Toss the distance. Second heat race for the street stocks, Subway street stocks. Andrew Kostelnik taking over brother Adam's street stock, moving up from the Charger division. Eight laps to distance, out of turn 4, Kostelnik, Ashton gonna bring him to the green flag. It's out, we're up to speed. Stacking them up down the back straightaway. Andrew Kostelnik, Jonathan Heilman, Bill Ashton. Ashton a winner here about a month and a half ago in a Saturday special. Kostelnik now trying to do his hardest to run the low line and the high line, trying to hold everybody off, but it's not going to work. Jonathan Heilman looking low in the 15. Kostelnik says, it's not going to happen here. Ashton and Heilman now side by side. Kostelnik upstairs trying to hang on to that top spot for dear life. The battle really shaping up. Andrew Kostelnik washing high. Jonathan Heilman down low. Heilman bobbles slightly. Almost side by side going into turn 1. Side by side into 2. Oh, smoke coming out of the 25 of Dave Tavermina. Maybe have jumped on the binders. Heilman and Kostelnik still dueling it out for that top spot. Into turn 4, Heilman now inching ahead. Cross flags halfway. They're still side by side. Bill Ashton into 35 says, would you guys make up your mind? He's going to make it up for him. He's looking to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Heilman down low, Kostelnik up high. Bill Ashton not so patiently right behind him. Heilman ahead at the stripe. Kostelnik coming right back at him in a turn. That left the bottom lane open. Bill Ashton says, that's what I was looking for. Kostelnik hung out to dry. Ashton down low in the 35. Bill Ashton now going to pick up the lead as we cross and get the 2 to go signal. Bill Ashton, your new leader. Frank Turek working his way from the rear of the field up to 4th spot. Turek on the charge, your winner last week. Bill Ashton, meanwhile, into 35 is going to lead him into turn 4, out of turn 4. The white flag in the air one more time around. Frank Turek now working over, hang on, contact, Tavermina and Knight. In the middle of the pack, Turek working the low side, getting by Kostelnik, out of turn 4, the checkered flag. Your winner, Bill Ashton, Jonathan Heilman, Frank Turek, Andrew Kostelnik, Vince Cater, Dave Tavermina, Tom Knight, Joe Holp, and Bill Henry. What a great, Jamie Shipley in the 68. What? All All right, I understand that license plate. I got a correction. It's E. Edward T. Tom, S. Sam, 5266. Still a blue Ford Explorer. If you own it, you got to move it because they're going to tow it if you don't. Out of turn 4, the green's out. We're up to speed. Bill Bone, Chuck Hall. About using up the whole racetrack, man. These guys are doing it. On the charge, Chuck Hall in the 67. Aaron Minjock in the 34. Joseph Richards in the 0. Bill Oldham in the 5. Ken Dukic in the 50. Bone trying to pull away. Gene Greco in the 22. Larry Vance in the 28. Said he had the parking brake on earlier. Well, I think he was just funning with me. Dan Jordan on the charge in the 32. 39, Al Minjock, the 48 of Gary Ancrom, and the 18 of Jeff Zellweger. Two to go in the American Flyers Advanced Auto Parts Sponsor Division. You think you got a mess, you got to see what's going on going into turn 3. They're all stacked up heading into the turn, but Bill Oldham's having a good time out front because the white flag's waving. Chuck Hall in the bright orange 67 trying to haul him in. There's a play on it. Okay. Aaron Minjock in the 34. Ken Dukic in the 50 on the high side. Going into third, Bill Bone's going to take him into 3, into 4. Out of turn 4, Bill Bone going to bring him to the stripe. Pick up the heat race win. Bill Bone, Chuck Hall, Ken Dukic, and everybody else. The brake lights come on. Aaron Minjock in the 34 and Bill Oldham in the 5. Yellow Book Charger Division on the Speedway. Rick Broadwater in the 95 on the point. Mike Lemley, your winner last week in the 4. Scott Aiello in the 24. Bob Shipp in the 04. In the 50, Jeff Giles. Dave McManus back with us in the 17. Harold Hunt in the big brown car in the 88. Scott Margie in the 65. Jim Stokes in the 95. In the 13, Bruce Hamilton. First opportunity to drive this car. Green's out. Bruce just going to run it, I believe, maybe in this heat race. Shake it down, see how it goes. Up front, Rick Broadwater, Mike. Oh, hang on, McManus, hard into the wall! Everybody misses him. Ooh, that could start at 71 million in circulation. Over 5,000 employees. 152 offices. You can check them out at yellowbook.com. Meanwhile, check out the Yellow Book Chargers because the green's out. Mike Lemley on the gas into turn 1. Rick Broadwater down low, but Bob Shipp up high, trying the high line. Rick Broadwater in the 51, Scott Aiello in the 24. Mike Lemley's going to lead lap number 1. Lemley, your winner last Friday night. He is actually only 8 points behind Bob Shipp in the point standings. The 24, Scott Aiello, sparks are coming out. Sparks are coming out of the 24 car, possibly something dragging On the 24, Scott Aiello. Oh, Lemley a little bit sideways. That allows Bob Shipp take advantage of the high side. Bob Shipp, oh, hang on, Lemley leaning just a little bit, and they're still leaning. Nearly had him sideways. That was sideways, he just didn't wreck. Mike Lemley, Bob Shipp, the two guys duking it out in the points, duking it out on the straightaways. 2 to go, signal given. Bob Shipp and the 04 are going to bring around to the white flag. One more time around. Scott Aiello still sparking, still running third. The spark's really heavy now on the 24 of Aiello. Harold Hunt, oh, he saved it. He was sideways. Out of turn 4, Bob Shipp going to bring him to the checkered flag. Pick up the win. Wow. Bob Shipp was definitely sideways in turn 2, courtesy of Mike Lemley. He saved it, brought it back in line, picks up the win. Bruce Hamilton in the 29. Gary Scott, Rich Nicola, Jim Nicola, Bruce Hamilton 29, Chris Dodds 47, 37 of Paul Urso, first time out this year in a modified. Mike Backlon in a 98, Matt Smith in a 3, John Perbanik in the 11, George P. Nicola in the 97, Adam Kostelnik, your winner last week in the 60, Al Civic in the 94, Bo Glemba in the 99, Matt Panay in the 32, Jim Nicola in the 5, 35 rather, and they look the same, but 35 is Rich Nicola. I'm telling you, there are a lot of Nicola. Gary Scott's going to lead him around to the flag. Gary Scott only 2 points out of first in the point standings. Got a good starting spot considering Kostelnik, the leader, is way in the back in 12th. Or in 10th. Gary Scott in the lead at the drop of the green. Jim Nicola, hang on, going around is Paul Urso in turn 3. The 90, no, that's actually the 29 of Rick Huffman. He has been very, very strong. Out of 4, the green's out, we're up to speed. Gary Scott stretching it already. For third spot, Mike Backlon, Chris Dodd duking it out for third. John Perbanik right there with him. Matt Smith working the low side of Adam Kostelnik. That's for the 6th spot. Gary Scott, meanwhile, really stretching the lead. Problems with Adam Kostelnik. He's dropping back. Backlon trying to close on the number 5 of Jim Nicola. Backlon working over Nicola, looking down low, down the back straightaway. John Perbanik looking low on Chris Dodd. Gary Scott, meanwhile, long gone in the 16. Mike Backlon continues to look to the low side of Jim Nicola. Nicola hanging on to that second spot. Not for long. The drag race down into turn 3. Nicola up high. Backlon down low into 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn 4. Backlon at the stripe. Nicola is going to maintain the second spot. They're still side by side. Gary Scott loves it because he's pulling away. John Probanik now up to the 4th spot, bringing Matt Smith along with him. Mike Bacalon now up to 2nd, getting by the number 5 of Jim Nicola. John Probanik up to 4th. Matt Smith working the low side of Probanik. Matt Smith down low is going to try and get by the 11 of Probanik. George P. Nicola in the 97 trying to come with him. Adam Kostelnik in the 60 along with him. Jim Webb in the 49 headed to the pits. Side by side, it's Probanik and Kostelnik. Kostelnik back in the groove. Had fallen back, but he's got his momentum built up, trying to work his way up through the field. Kostelnik looking on the 97 of George P. Nicola for that 4th spot. Nicola hugging the bottom line. Cross flags halfway, 10 down, 10 remain. Tight formation, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, throw in 7th, 8th, and 9th. Nose to tail now, Matt Smith looking low. Nicola open up the door, going into 3. Matt Smith down low, side by side. The move over flag for Bruce Hamilton. Matt Smith working over Nicola. Nicola gives up the ground. Also to the 97 of George P. Kostelnik bobbles. Matt Smith now up to 3rd, but here comes George P. Nicola. Nicola up to 4th. Mike Bacalon, meanwhile, trying to reel in Gary Scott. Hamilton getting the move over signal again. 13 laps in the book. Gary Scott on cruise control right now, getting by Bruce Hamilton. Mike Bacalon in the 98, then Matt Smith trying to hold off George P. Nicola. Nicola looking down low as they head into 1. George P. Nicola working over Matt Smith. Adam Kostelnik now says it's time to get going. Kostelnik working over the 97 of Nicola. That battle continues. Matt Smith, George Nicola, Adam Kostelnik. Meanwhile, Gary Scott continues to lead this event. He's got a healthy advantage. Adam Kostelnik still looking on George Nicola going into turn 3. Gary Scott, meanwhile, really stretching it. Mike Bacalon trying to reel him in. Running out of time. Matt Smith trying to close in on Bacalon and Scott. Bacalon bobbled just a little. 3 cars, nose to tail. Matt Smith, George P. Nicola, Adam Kostelnik. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. John Probanik down low on Jim Nicola as they head into turn 4. 2 to go, signal given. Nicola down low, Kostelnik up high. They continue to battle it out, but Gary Scott trying to reel in another win. Mike Bacalon is slowly closing the gap. White flag in the air this time by. One more time around. Matt Smith trying to hold off George P. Nicola. Adam Kostelnik working all of his might, trying to get around Nicola and Smith. Pick up the points. It's not going to work though. Coming out of turn 4, it's going to be Gary Scott headed to the victory lane. Here comes Mike Bacalon making a charge at the stripe, but Bacalon falling short. Wow. Talk about You don't say kiss. He's out of the car, race fans. The music man, Gary Scott. Give him a big round of applause. His crew coming down here to meet him. Hey, is that Peanuts? Peanuts, you need to come over here a minute. You know, I got to say something to you. I don't know if you heard me last week.
Yeah,
I found an old article on you from the old Heidelberg days. I'm going to have to get my buddy to bring it over here. You help out on this car.
Oh, yeah, I set it up all the time for him.
Well, that's all. You always had good-looking race cars. There's another one for you. Good job.
Like the old Pearson's car, remember?
There you go.
We'll have our 17 out next week. We're coming out for the 30-lapper. I'll be driving next week.
All right. Hey, it's always good to see the guys from Heidelberg. Gary Scott, the Victory Lane sticker. Congratulations. Got a question to ask you. Did you fall asleep coming out of turn 4? Yeah, I got my hand in the air, and I look, and here comes Mike Bacalon.
I didn't know he was there. I didn't know he was that close. I almost screwed up there, that's for sure.
You guys, you run radios in these things?
No, but I wish I had one then.
Yeah, you would have had your spotter yelling and screaming at you.
Yeah, it'd have broke my eardrums, I'm sure.
Hey, this really is going to shake up the points battle. You know, Adam Kostelnik was leading. You were 2 points back. Adam, I think, finished in the 5th position. George Nicola is in the middle of this whole mix. Mike Bacalon is right there. Mike almost got you at the stripe. This is going to be fun. You guys got a big one next Saturday or next Friday night, big 30-lapper.
Yeah, that's going to be good. I mean, we got to start 10th, but 30 laps, that's better than 20, you know, to try to catch up.
Hey, how about it? The people that help you out on this race car.
Okay, obviously the music store, Imperial Heights Garage, Bush Brothers Tires, Advanced Automotive, Ed's Auto, Germac Heating and Cooling, Drew's Restaurant. And obviously, I'd like to thank the crew, Sal, Scotty, Ed, Peanuts, my wife, Shorty, my brother Dan. You know, the people help me every week.
Well, they do a great job. It's always good to see you here. Congratulations. Big round of applause, race fan. Gary Scott picking up the win in the Smale Pontiac GMC Open Wheel Modified feature event. Oh, you got to love a great tight points battle. Greg Kelly going to start shotgun on the field. I understand the truck division running the Falcones Chrysler Jeep Pro Truck division running face outside of him. Turn 4, Mero bringing him to the stripe. The green's out. We're up to speed. 20 laps the distance for the Falcone Chrysler Jeep Pro Truck division. And on the get-go, Dave Mero into the lead. Jim Bryce second. Brandon Manns third. Marian Reno running fourth. Chris Kossel. As they come out of turn 4, everybody trying to settle into position. Chris Kossel now moving up to 4th. Danny Lewis in the 0-2, working the low side on Marian Reno for that 5th spot. Trying to stretch the lead, but Jim Bryce staying right with him in the 30 truck. Good run for Bryce. Brandon Manns right now 3rd with Chris Kossel all over his back bumper. Kossel, a winner here about 3-4 weeks ago. Kossel looking low on Brandon Manns for that 3rd spot. Manns hanging on. Greg Kelly, meanwhile, in the 98, working over Chantel Germac. That is for the 6th spot. Brandon Manns down low on Jim Bryce. Bryce hanging on to the position. Manns down low. Bryce really got that 30 truck hooked up on the high side. Manns coming back at him. Chris Kossel right there in the 50. Bryce hanging on for dear life to that 2nd spot. Dave Mero with about a 4 or 5 truck length advantage, trying to stretch the lead. Meanwhile, Greg Kelly in 98 working the high side of Danny Lewis now for the 5th position. And he gets into the 5th spot. Now he's got Kossel, Mans, and Bryce ahead of him. Brandon Mans down low on Jim Bryce. Chris Kossel upstairs on Brandon Mans. Greg Kelly looking for a place to go. Dave Merrow loves it all because he set sail. Mans and Kossel going at it for that 3rd spot. Oh, Brandon Mans a little hot into the turn. That allows Kossel upstairs to pull out going down the back straightaway. Oh, Kossel, 2 positions in 1 swoop. Kossel down low on Bryce. Kossel, now your 2nd place truck. Here comes Greg Kelly. Danny Lewis in a 0-2 looking. Oh, Brandon Mans bobbled in turn 2, hangs onto it, tucks in behind Greg Kelly. They try to go 2x2, almost 3 wide into 3. Cross flags halfway, 10 down, 10 remain. Now Greg Kelly down low on Jim Bryce. Chris Kossel slowly chiseling away at the lead Dave Merrow had built. Greg Kelly up to 3rd. Jim Bryce, Brandon Mans. Mans trying to stay within striking distance of points leader Greg Kelly. Chris Kossel, 2 truck lengths now, the distance behind Dave Merrow. Kossel closing it again. Kossel now closing into the back bumper of Merrow as they head into 3. We could have a shootout. Dave Merrow, strong runner in the 69. Chris Kossel, a strong runner. The battle is for 4th place. Nearly 3 wide. Jim Bryce, Brandon Mans, Danny Lewis, everybody going at it. Oh, hang on, the 24 truck of Chantel Germack getting sideways. She hangs on to it. Meanwhile, up front, Chris Kossel is closed. Kossel working the high side on Dave Merrow. This time by 5 laps to go. The 5 to go signal given to your leader, Dave Merrow. Chris Kossel now working the low line. Kossel down into 3. Kossel still can't make the pass. Down into 1, into turn 2. Chris Kossel working over Dave Merrow for that top spot. Greg Kelly trying to close in. Danny Lewis working the low side of Jim Bryce. Marion Reno working the low line on Brandon Mans. Dave Merrow still trying to hold off Kossel. Kossel lining them up, looking high, looking low. 3 laps remain in this battle. Chris Kossel now down low, going into 3. Kossel, oh, hang on, Kossel going around. Chris Kossel, hang on the field, closing in. Oh, look out, Chantel Germack gets him. Holy catfish Andy. Towed back to the pit area. Scotty's towing, doing the job. Again, we want to remind everybody, next Friday night, 7:30 race time, the Chitwood Stunt Thrill Show with a big 600 horsepower Fire Reno in the 8 truck. Can Dave Merrow hang on to this? Will Greg Kelly, the points leader, do it to it? The green's out. We're back up to speed. Merrow on the gas, getting a stretch. Here comes Danny Lewis. Lewis down low on the 0-2, working over Greg Kelly. Kelly hanging on to that top side. Kelly back up to the 2nd spot. Here comes Brandon Mans in the 51. Greg Kelly, Dave Merrow. Who's it going to be out of turn 4? And the Bryce going around in 4. 2 laps to go, signal given. Jim Bryce going around in turn 4. He's stopped up against the wall. Will that? Yes, it will. Bring out the yellow book. 2. Brandon Brandon Mann, second in points in the 51. Merrill bringing him around. The green's out. We're back up to speed. Danny Lewis making a charge again on Greg Kelly. Down into one. Lewis down low. Kelly up high. Kelly's good up high. Let's see what happens. Down the back straightaway. Lewis staying right with him. Dave Merrow stretching it out. Danny Lewis trying to hold on. Danny Lewis down low. Kelly trying to hold on. White flag out one more time around. Greg Kelly trying to make the position. Brandon Mann's in a 51 trying to throw his truck into the mix. Greg Kelly got the advantage on Danny Lewis at this point. Dave Merrow bringing him around out of 4 at the stripe. Merrow, Kelly, Lewis, Mann's, and Dave Brunell in the 0. Wow, what a race. Hey, we got to up the win. Big round of applause for your Pro Truck feature winner, getting all the big kudos down here in Victory Lane. Hey, Dave, come on over here, buddy. Dave?
Was it okay? Yeah, it was good. It got tight at the end.
Congratulations. Hey, you know what? Subway, you get a 2 6-inch fresh meals. Yeah, there's your Victory Lane sticker. Wow, Dave Merrow, I want to tell you something. That was very exciting. Man, you had Greg Kelly breathing all over you for that one.
Yeah, them guys been fast all year, the 50, Chris Cosso and Greg Kelly. I can't believe I held them off. Hey, I'm glad to be here. This is not the last night tonight. We'll be back next year.
Well, what's the deal? You guys, I heard you saying the truck was a little bit tight. Didn't look like it. Looked like you had that thing hooked up.
It got tight at the end of that first run, and then the caution come out. I says, well, I'm glad it would come out, tell you the truth, because it got fast when it went green again.
Well, you look like you had it dialed in. Congratulations. How about a word for some of the people that helped you out in this effort?
Oh, Evanuic Racing Engines, Cars by Dave, my dad, my fiance Christy, Cherie, Rick, Vince's Frame Shop, Donnie Schultz at the shop, Mike Bacalon, Al's Garage, everybody on this truck. You wouldn't believe the work that goes into this.
Well, man, I hate to hear you're not going to be coming back out. We'd like to see you here next week, but hey, we'll take you back next year. While you're at it, we're going to get you to dig down and get the Subway Street Stock Challenge driver's name out of the old can. You got a Subway sandwich. So who's our driver tonight? Lonnie Hoffman in the black 73 is going to be your Subway Street Stocks Challenge driver. Lonnie Hoffman in the 73, and we've got our great friends from the Smithton Volunteer Fire Department. We got a ton of money to give away, don't we?
$525.
How much?
$525.
That's what I thought you said. That's pretty good. Let me dig down in here real deep. Hey, if you do have your ticket from the Smithton Volunteer Fire Department, the number is on the board, 109133. 109133 is a winning number for the Smithton Volunteer Fire Department 50-50 raffle. Hey, Subman, throwing a candy out there. We certainly appreciate Subway's involvement here at the Speedway. The Subway Street Stock Challenge driver, Lonnie Hoffman, is going to start third. Woo! We got a chance for a sandwich race, fans. Jason Holder, 74. Frank Turek in the 5. Bill Henry in the 64. Dave Tavermina in the 25. Rich Burbage in the 77. 71 of Tom Knight. Rashawn Rick, 44. Joe Hope, 78. Jamie Shipley, 68. The green's out. We're up to speed. Down into turn 1. Tom Knight and then everybody else. They're 3 wide, headed into 3. Cater, Hoffman, Rimmel. Hoffman was the meat in that sandwich. That was a Subway sandwich job there. They're still 3 wide. They're bumping and banging, bobbing and weaving down into turn 1. They're still 3 wide. Oh, this could be still 3 wide. This could be scary. They're all filtering out, trying to get the car strung out. Tom Knight, and meanwhile in the 70, Robin Rimmel closing in on him. Lonnie Hoffman getting it back into gear in the 73, up to 3rd. Bill Ashton in the 35. Robin Rimmel is on the charge. In the 22, Bill Ashton looking low on Lonnie Hoffman. And then it's everybody else. The two top running cars pulling away. Tom Knight, Robin Rimmel, Ashton, Hoffman side by side. Then it's Vince Cater, Jason Holder. Holder trying to go side by side with Cater. Jonathan Heilman in the 15, Andrew Kostelnik in the 670 or 57. 34 of Rich Nicola. Robin Rimmel drawing even with Tom Knight as they go into turn one. The battle for the top spot. Robin Rimmel, Tom Knight. Rimmel trying to pull away, Knight trying to hang on. Robin Rimmel, your leader at lap number 5 at the stripe. Tom Knight back to second, Bill Ashton, then it's Lonnie Hoffman, Vince Cater, Jason Holder, working the high side, Frank Turek, Jonathan Heilman. Frank Turek, your points leader, trying to work his way up through the field. Jason Holder now making his way to the high side and going by the 73 of Lonnie Hoffman. Frank Turek working him over as well. Turek down low on Lonnie Hoffman for that 4th spot. Up front, Robin Rimmel with about a 3 or 4 car length advantage on Tom Knight. Bill Ashton a good ways back, then it's another good ways back to 74. What decides a good way? I don't know. They're just a lot of distance. Right now, Jonathan Heilman working over the 73 of Lonnie Hoffman. Hoffman, our Subway sandwich driver. This time by, cross flags. 10 down, 10 remain for your leader, Robin Rimmel, Tom Knight, Bill Ashton, Jason Holder, Frank Turek. They are your top 5. Then Lonnie Hoffman has Heilman, Cater, and Kostelnik breathing down his neck. Working the low side. Oh, Vince Cater sideways, hangs onto it. Oh, Frank Turek spun in turn 2. The field's approaching. He wisely backs up. Hang on, what's going to happen? The yellow book caution flag going to wave. Bill Ashton, 20 laps the distance. Rimmel on the gas. The green's back out. We're up to speed. Back straightaway. Rimmel, Todd Knight looking. Knight able to close in on that restart and trying to hang with Robin Rimmel. Knight a little bit sideways. Lonnie Hoffman trying to hold off the 15 of Jonathan Heilman, the 57 of Andrew Kostelnik, the 34 of Rich Nicola. Turek trying to make the charge through the field. Time winding down. Robin Rimmel starting to put a little distance on second place. Todd Knight. Hang on, oh contact, Kostelnik, Heilman. Holloman shoved to the high side. Rich Nicola in the 34. Kostelnik and Holland, a lot of paint swapping going on. Robin Rimmel continues to lead. The battle now shaping up for second. Todd Knight, Bill Ashton going at it for that second spot. Ashton down low, Knight up high. 3 laps remain in this event. Robin Rimmel likes what he sees behind him. Bill Ashton, Todd Knight going at it for that second spot. Bill Ashton trying to get the position. Still side by side into turn 4, out of turn 4. 2 to go signal given by your starter, Curtis Lichtensfeld. Down into 1, Rimmel into 2, but Ashton now pulling into the second spot. He's got a long way to go to catch to Robin Rimmel. Rimmel, your leader in the 22, looking for the white flag this time by. It's in the air. Bill Ashton up to second. Todd Knight, Jason Holder closing in. Then it's the battle for the Sandwich Man and Rich Nicola duking it out on the front straightaway. Into 1, into 2, down the back straightaway. Going into turn 4, Robin Rimmel going to bring... Wow. Don't get near a speaker. Your winner, Robin Rimmel, picking up the win. Second, going to the 70 of Todd Knight. I'm sorry, the 35 of Bill Ashton. Then it's Knight. Jason Holder in the 74. Rich Nicole out of the hood of the 22 machine as Robin Rimmel gets the victory lane photo. I'm standing back here. Well, he's climbing out of the car. He's going to get the big round of applause. Let him hear it. Robin Rimmel, your winner. Oh, and we got a treat for Robin, too. I'll bet you didn't know this, but you're going to get a heck of a nice treat. Robin, come on over here. I hope you're hungry, son. I hope you're hungry.
What's up?
We got something to give you. Well, we're going to give you a Victory Lane sticker. You're going to get a Subway sandwich. That's 2 6-inch fresh value meals. Hey, outside of that, man, what a race. Once you got the lead, that was it. I mean, I know it wasn't easy. It never is, but you pretty much set sail.
Yeah, I was having trouble there after that last caution. I lost my brakes.
Now, that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing, so I had to slow down quite a bit. But I seen Todd was behind me, yes, so I knew he was coming.
Well, you guys put on a pretty spirited battle, but once you got the lead, I saw the car bobble at one point coming out of turn 4. Is that about when you felt the brakes were going away?
Yeah, that was it. I had to start backing down a little more.
Well, congratulations on a good run. How about a word for all the people that help you out?
First of all, I want to thank my crew chief and crew there, Tammy and Gene. I forgot to mention the last couple.
Now, and a lot of people don't know this. Tammy's been helping you out for a lot of years. She's one of the rare female crew chiefs at this racetrack.
Yeah, she does a good job. She does anything on the car. Gene, he started a couple years after I got started, and we've been together ever since and have a good time.
Well, it shows up here in Victory Lane.
I want to thank Napa Auto Parts, Donegal Pharmacy, Flying Bears Trading Post, Huffman Auto Sales. And I want to thank all the fans for coming out tonight.
And guess what? You're going to have one more person to thank. We're going to get the come on up here. You follow me. I told you got to be hungry tonight. See what you're going to get? That's a 6-foot Subway sandwich.
Wow, I hope all the people up there is hungry. You might as well come down and enjoy it with us.
Well, we said we were looking for somewhere to go. You're going to get the Subway sandwich.
I hope I have a lot of people coming over to enjoy it.
All right, Sandwich Man, Subway Sandwich Man. Hi there. Well, we're going to get you in Victory Lane here so you can get the pictures taken. And Robin Rimmel picking up the Subway. Oh, man, I felt hunger pang coming on. Gene, what do you think? We're going to go and take care of that hoagie?
Oh, we'll take care of that before he gets over there.
All right. Okay. All right. Subway giving out the food. Cool. know something? I get to do a round of applause because she is my right-hand person. She is the racetrack's right-hand person, and she does a phenomenal job. And I'm going to get killed when I get upstairs, but I don't care because you need a person like that helping you out on race nights during the week. She does the same thing on Saturday nights. Will Trout only 26 points out of second, 28 points out of the lead. So he still has a shot at it. .40 laps is going to be the distance. The Falcone Dodge Pace Truck is going to lead the Falcone Dodge Late Model Division to the stripe. Neil Brown, John Komarinsky are going to bring him out at 4. The starter, Curtis Lichtenfeld's green flag and waving hand. Out of turn 4, the green's out. Neil Brown starting to get out, stretching it out into the lead. John Komarinsky second, Will Trout up the third. Sean Pilla in the 5, fourth, Bobby Henry right there with him, Richard Mitchell as well. Bobby Henry working the high side of Pilla, Richard Mitchell working the low side. Henry up to 4th, Mitchell up to 5th, dropping Pilla back to 6th. Mark Poole trying to come along in the 96. Side by side, Gary Wiltrout in the 95, down low on Komarinsky. Wiltrout up to 2nd. Bobby Henry in the 11 trying to work on Komarinsky as well. Bobby Henry down low on John Komarinsky for that 3rd spot. Richard Mitchell looking low in the 68. Tommy Beck, Mark Poole, Rick Miller all battling out in the middle of the pack. Meanwhile, Neil Brown's starting to stretch the lead. Gary Wiltrout's going to try and reel him in. Richard Mitchell down low on the 11 of Bobby Henry. Rick Miller down low on at the bottom of Tommy Beck. Miller up to the 6th spot. 5th spot, 6th spot. Richard Mitchell still side by side with Bobby Henry for that 3rd position. Richard Mitchell trying to take advantage. Henry bobbled slightly. Mitchell does. He is up to 3rd. Rick Miller now into the 5th position. With a points battle so close, so critical, the season winding down, points are a premium. 2-point spread with Miller and Brown coming in. Miller down low on Bobby Henry for that 4th spot. Rick Miller into turn 2, moves into the 4th position with Richard Mitchell in his sights. Mitchell knowing Miller's coming, he was about sideways out of 2. Mitchell working over Gary Wiltrout for that 2nd spot. Richard Mitchell down low on Gary Wiltrout for the 2nd position. Oh, Wiltrout backing up. Problem possibly on Wiltrout's car. He's dropped back to 4th. Bobby Henry working the low side. He's dropping, but we got a car going around in the back straightaway. And the yellow caution flag coming out. Larry Bahana going around on the back straightaway. Brown was 2 points back behind Rick Miller. Right now, Miller is 3 positions back. Out of turn 4, the green's out. We're up to speed. Neil Brown starting to stretch it again. Wiltrout's car, something going on there. I don't know if he may have a tire going down or something, but he's not running like he was earlier. And it definitely shows. As Mitchell and Miller get by, Bobby Henry getting by, Tommy Beck closing in. So possibly a problem on the 95 of Gary Wiltrout. Rick Miller working the low side on Richard Mitchell for that 2nd spot. Down into turn 1, Rick Miller up to 2nd. Right now the points are tied, and Gary Wiltrout way off the pace. He looks like he may be headed to the pits. Gary Wiltrout, your third place point man in the 95, definitely headed to the pits. He's going to head to his crew. I don't see a lot of activity going on, so maybe more than just a tire. What a tough break for Gary Wiltrout as he pulls the 95 behind the hauler, and looks like he may be done for the night. Not the way you want to celebrate a birthday. Neil Brown leading, Rick Miller closing, Richard Mitchell fading, Bobby Henry closing. Laps in the book. Miller is closing to about a car and a half. Neil Brown has Miller breathing down his tailpipes now. Let's see how this shapes up. Brown trying to hug the low line. Miller trying to hug it with him. Brown bobbles slightly. Miller right there waiting for a mistake, waiting for a lane to open. Brown not letting it happen at this point. Down the back straightaway. Rick Miller, car glued, hooked up and going. Brown trying to hang on to it. Miller almost running in the tire tracks of Neil Brown, lap after lap. Brown's car does not look like it's handling 100%. Miller down low, appears to be the faster car. Brown slide just a little. Neil Brown trying to hang on to that top spot. Rick Miller looking for the opening. Brown doing what he can. Miller now looking, out of 4. Brown a little sideways. Miller into the lead at the stripe. Neil Brown coming right back at him. Neil Brown into the 98. God, Rick Miller, they bang off the wall off of each other. They continue on. Rick Miller into the lead. Neil Brown with a problem with the right front. Possibly damage. Possibly a flat. Heavy damage to the right front of Neil Brown's car. Smoke billowing out from the left front tire on the 98 of Neil Brown. Brown off the pace on lap 19. Wow, what a change of events. Rick Miller now stretching the lead. Neil Brown headed to the pit area. Contact made in 4, contact returned out of 2. The end result, Brown, Miller both hit the wall. Brown a little bit harder. Brown to the pits, the crew working over the 98 machine, trying to get him back out. John Komarinsky working over Mark Poole. That is for the 5th position. Poole and Komarinsky going at it. Rick Miller, meanwhile, just beyond the halfway point, really stretching the lead. Trying to stretch the lead over Richard Mitchell. Bobby Henry running 3rd, trying to close in on Mitchell. Work still continues on Neil Brown's machine. Whose car is Rick Miller having a huge problem? Bobby Henry squirting by, Richard Mitchell going by, possibly a cut tire on your leader, Rick Miller. Miller headed to the pit area. We're still under green. The right front on Rick Miller, the right rear on Rick Miller, the tire coming off the right front. What a dramatic change of events. Bobby Henry, your new leader. Unbelievable. 26 laps, 25 laps in the book. Bobby Henry, your new leader. Richard Mitchell, 2nd. hang on out of turn 4. We got a spun car. Oh, hard contact. Tommy Beck, John Messenger, hard contact. Beck's car spun. The field approaching, Messenger unable to avoid him. Hits him hard in the left rear. Damage to the left rear of Tommy Beck's machine. Damage to the left front, in front, the nose of John Messenger's car. The back straightaway wall out of turn 2. And the resulting damage was the right side of Neil Brown's car, the nose, the right front fender, the hood. The resulting damage on Miller's car, possibly more than what we can see. The tires are still off, the crew is still working, so don't know if it's a whole lot of suspension damage on the 25 as well. But he lost both brake for Tommy Beck, the left rear askew on that car. In the 11, Richard Mitchell in the 68, John Komarinsky 33, Mark Poole 96, Sean Pilla 5, Larry Bahana. Green's out, we're back up to speed. Richard Mitchell looking low on Bobby Henry for the top spot. Henry hanging on to it. Richard Mitchell. Mitchell now making the charge, down low in 4. Mitchell a little sideways, side by side into 1. Mitchell low, Henry high. Bobby Henry still maintaining the top spot. Down into turn 3. Henry on the outside, Mitchell down low. Mitchell drag racing Henry down the front straightaway into 1. Hanging on for dear life, no doubt. Bobby Henry now putting the car out front. Mitchell falling in behind. Henry washes high slightly. Mitchell looking low again. Richard Mitchell working that low line. Bobby Henry working that high line. Mitchell sizing up Bobby Henry, trying to size him up to get the position. Henry hanging on to that top spot. They have stretched over John Komarinsky. Mitchell, don't know if the handling's going away on the 68 car. Henry's got the bottom line covered at this point. He was running the high side, but now running the low side as he was able to get the position. Still hanging on to that top spot. Richard Mitchell trying to stay with him. Down into turn 3, into turn 4. Brandon Mann's in front of your leader. The move over flag given. That's actually Rick Miller who moved out of the way. Mitchell a little sideways out of the turn, so possibly the handling going away. Mitchell maybe letting the tires cool down slightly for a last lap charge on your leader, Bobby Henry. 4 laps to go in this feature event. Bobby Henry in the 11, Richard Mitchell in the 68. of turn 4. Henry hugging that bottom lane. Mitchell trying to close in on him. This time by, they're going to get the 2 to go signal from starter Curtis Lichtenfeld. 2 to go to leader Bobby Henry. Bobby Henry out of turn 4 is going to see the white flag in the air. Richard Mitchell going to try to make one last-ditch effort to get by your leader, Bobby Henry. I don't know if he's got enough in him, though, to get by him for that top spot. They go into 3 and 4. Coming out of turn 4, Bobby Henry's going to pick up the win. Richard Mitchell second. John Komarinsky with a strong run, third. Mark Poole, fourth. Sean Pilla, fifth. Fuhrer Motorsports also on the side of the number 11, Coors Light. It's a Chevrolet Monte Carlo that Bobby Henry pilots. Bobby Henry also the Henry race parts. Taking all the equipment off, big huff and a big puff, and taking a big cool swig of water. Holly Bayless down here going to get the victory lane photo inside the car. Race fans, here he comes out of the car. Big round of applause. Your winner, Bobby Henry. Hey, we haven't done this in a long, long time. Now you get a victory lane sticker, and you get 2 6-inch fresh meals from Subway.
That's cool. I appreciate Subway doing all what they do here at the Speedway.
Man, I want to tell you what, that was probably one of the most dramatic races I've seen here this year. All of a sudden, you're sitting there, and you're leading this event.
I didn't see what went on up there. All I know is cars were going everywhere, and the hole opened up, and I took it.
And that's what you got to do. You got to be on your toes if you want to pick up a win. You were.
You got to have a little bit of luck in this game, too, and it didn't hurt there. But sure got our bad luck going on up Jennerstown, but everything worked out real good tonight.
Now, Richard Mitchell did give you a whole lot of pressure, though, towards the end of the race. He got up underneath you a few times. The car looked like it was working real good upstairs. You were able to get the bottom lane at one point, stay down low, and hold them off.
It was just a little bit tight in the middle of the corner. I had to almost stop. Felt like it anyway, but it would come off real good. And I'd like to thank FB Fuhrer Motorsports and all the Jim Alborn and all the crew, and Eddie and Billy Faust. They do a heck of a job on these cars.
How about your race parts business?
Yeah, they don't do too bad.
All right. Hey, good to see you back here in Victory Lane, race fans. Bobby Henry, your winner of the 40-lap late model feature event. Falcone's Dodge, the sponsor of tonight's late model, all year, the late model division. All right, we got another birthday. Whose birthday is it?
Mallory's.
Mallory who?
Bidner.
And how old's Mallory going to be?
11.
Is that your sister? As the horns toot toot. Sal Deek was in the 16 machine during the heat race. He is a crew member, had a chance to drive the car of Ed Deneen in the heat race, and now Ed is back in the car and it's number 16. 8 laps the distance for the Advanced Auto Part American Flyer. Yes, they sometimes go 3, sometimes 4, and sometimes 5 wide. They're a lot of fun to watch, very inexpensive cars, very affordable, and they're very safe. Falcone Dodge Pace Truck off the track, the green's out. We're up to speed. Down into turn 1, Aaron Minjock into the lead. Bill Oldham second, Chuck Hall on that orange Dodge 67. A little bump and a little bang, and they're still side by side. Bill Oldham on the upstairs, going into the lead as they head into 1. Minjock down low, trying to come back at it. Chuck Hall, Gene Greco. Here comes Joseph Richards in the 0. The 6 of Bill Bone. Oh, contact made. They're going to go 3 wide. They're going to go 4 wide into turn 3. Dan Jordan in the 32 is putting on the charge. Bill Oldham, your leader. Oh, hang on. Hall going around to the front straightaway. Ooh. That is what you call the save of the night and pucker power, because he is going to have to see a seat upholster after tonight's races. Bill, wow, that was close. Grab a gear and go, that's all he did. Bill Oldham in the 5 continues to lead. Aaron Minjock, Gene Greco, Ken Dukich, Dan Jordan, the man on the charge. Bill Bone, Ed Deneen down the back straightaway. Joseph Richards in the 0. Halfway in this event, 4 down, 4 remain. Bill Oldham really stretching the lead. Bill Oldham 24 points back of Ken Dukich. Dukich working his way up to the 3rd spot, but has Dan Jordan down low working him over. Going to get the 2 to go signal this time by. Aaron Minjock has Dan Jordan and Ken Dukich to deal with as they head into turns 1 and 2. Oh, problem. Looked like Minjock going around on the back straightaway. Down low, Aaron Minjock, the white flag coming out. Bill Oldham looks like he's going to take it into 3 and possibly pick up the win. Out of turn 4, Oldham coming to the stripe. The checkered flag going to Bill Oldham. Ken Dukich finishing 2nd, Dan Jordan 3rd, Ed Deneen 4th, and Gene Greco rounding out the top 5. Bill Oldham undoing the belts on the front straightaway. Up next, told you I'm glad I got her here. Oh, man. Charger division, Yellow Book Chargers up next for their feature event, the final event of the night. He's getting ready, getting all the belts off, climb out of the car, big round of applause. Bill Oldham, your winner. The Advanced Auto Part American Flyer feature event. Come on down here, Bill. You get the Victory Lane sticker. You get the Subway sandwich. What's going on? Big win.
It's about time.
Man, it took you a while. Hey, you and Dukich battling out for the point lead. Looks like it may come down to the last night.
I think he's got me.
You think?
Yeah.
Hey, once you got the lead, it was pretty much you set sail and it was long gone.
As long as I didn't wreck.
Well, that's the idea. This division, I see these guys sometimes 3, 4, and 5 wide, but you pretty much had it on cruise with nobody around you.
Yeah, I like the competition. It's nice here. You guys are good.
How about a word for the people to help you out with the car?
First, I want to say happy birthday to my son. He's right there. And I want to thank Westside Lube and Tire, Frank Torx Heating and Plumbing, and Secret Shoe Pullet, and especially the fans for staying to watch us have this great race.
We appreciate you being here. It's a fun division. I love it. It's one of my favorite. Bill Oldham, your winner. His little boy bringing the trophy over here. Give him a big round of applause, race fans. Understand William is Bill Oldham's son.
I'm Bob Shepard, Westside Lube and Tire.
Oh, okay. We appreciate you. Let me get through here, Bob. Thanks. Hey, buddy. Giles. Mike Lemley, your winner last week in the 4. Dave McManus got his car back together. He pounded the wall in his heat race. You can see the damage on the right front, but he got it fixed, back at it. That's good to see. Ship, Rick Broadwater, Jeff Giles, Harold Hunt in the 88, Mike Lemley in the 4, Dave McManus in the 17. Margie and Stokes going to bring him out of turn 4. The green's out. We're up to speed. On the outside, Stokes on the gas. Ship coming along with him. Dropping Scott Margie back to 4th. Well, about 3 wide into 2. They funnel out. Jeff Giles on the charge. On the high side of Jim Stokes. Bob Ship's going to lead lap number 1. Ship, Jeff Giles, Jim Stokes, Scott Aiello, Rick Broadwater, and that's almost 3 wide. Mike Lemley moving up. Scott Aiello in a 24, a little bit sideways, hangs on to it. Aiello working over Stokes for that 3rd spot. Broadwater right there. Mike Lemley right with him as well. Lemley, your winner last week. Bob Ship, your leader, is a current point leader as well. 8 points over Mike Lemley. So Lemley, no doubt, trying to work through the field to get within, at least keeping the points fairly spread. 3 wide into 1, Broadwater, Stokes, Lemley. Jeff Giles trying to reel in Bob Ship. Mike Lemley working the high side on Rick Broadwater for that 4th spot. Scott Aiello way high out of 4. Brings it back in line. Rick Broadwater in the 51. Running 4th, but Mike Lemley is pressuring him high. 15 laps the distance. Lemley now into the 4th position, trying to close into the front. So Bob Ship working on win number 6 on the season. Mike Lemley trying to close the gap, get positions. lost flags halfway in this event. 8 down, 7 remain. Scott Hello nearly whacked the wall out of 2. He hangs on to it. Oh, Hello washing high in 2, but Lemley not able to take advantage of it. Of Bruce Hamilton coming out better late than never. Only 10 laps down. Mike Lemley now up to the 3rd spot, helping out his cause, but Scott Aiello coming right back at him. Scott Aiello, Mike Lemley really putting on a good battle for that 3rd spot. Aiello back up to 3rd, Lemley back to 4th. Bob Shipp, meanwhile, continues to lead the event. Jeff Giles in the 50, trying desperately to close in. He's doing it, but time is running out. 2 laps to go for your leader, Bob Shipp. Shipp into turn 4. Mike Lemley down low on Scott Aiello, the white flag out one more time around. Down into turn 1. Aiello up to 3rd, Lemley back to 4th. Bob Shipp with traffic in front of him heading into 4, coming out of turn 4 to the checkered flag, picking up the win. Jeff Giles finishing 2nd. Here's the battle for 3rd, sideways almost. Aiello, Lemley. Here's the battle for 5th, going to Rick Broadwater, Dave McManus, Jim Stokes, Scott Margie, Bruce Hamilton, and the 88 of Harold Hunt. Going to round out the field. Yeah. Climbing out of the car, race fans. Big round of applause. Your winner, Bob Shipp, in the Yellow Book Charger Division feature event. Bob, come on down here, buddy. Wow, good job. Good point night for you. You had to finish up front. You had to have Lemley dropping back to make it a good night.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm concerned about the points. I'd like to win a championship. I've never won one before. It's just finishing races is what you got to do.
You got to finish them up front. You got 2 races remaining, so it's getting down to crunch time.
Yeah, well, right now we're starting to think about what we're going to do for next year. We don't know if I'm going to drive at all, or if my little brother might drive. I might move into a modified. I don't know what we're going to do yet.
You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a clue from experience. Worry about 2 races before you worry about a full season.
Yeah, I mean, we worked on the car all week. We changed a couple things in the front end trying to get it to handle a little bit better. But, I mean, like I said, it's just finishing races. That's what we got to do, so.
Good job. How about a word for all the people that help you out on the car?
I'd like to thank Greenwald Automotive, Shadler Tackle, Jefferson Hills EMS, Car Clean Systems, and I really want to thank my parents. You know, like I always say, that if it wasn't for them, I really wouldn't be here. They pretty much fund the entire thing. I want to thank all the fans for coming out, stick around to watch us race. And I'd like to say hi to my wife and my family up in the stands.
Hey, guess what? You get a free, 2 6-inch fresh value meals from Subway. What do you think of that?
I think I might have to get there tomorrow.
All right, you get a Victory Lane sticker. Congratulations. Bob Shipp, race fans, your winner, the final event of the night, the Yellow Book Charger feature event. Be careful driving home. Buckle up your seatbelts because it's the law. Click it or ticket. We want to see you back here next Friday night, 7:30. Chitwood Stunt Show.